No one schedules the night their life falls apart. One moment you're fine, the next, everything you counted on is gone. In this video, I'll give you 7 brutal but honest lessons to turn your worst nights into the foundation of a new life. And we'll end with one promise you can carry into tomorrow morning. Let me show you the kind of night I'm talking about. A hospital call shatters your world. A breakup text feels like a final verdict. Or you're sitting in your car after getting fired, hands on the wheel, pretending you're just taking a moment, when really you're trying not to break. Life never warns us. There's no pop-up that says, "Warning, everything you knew is about to change." Suddenly the room feels smaller, your chest feels heavier, and the only question left is, what am I supposed to do with this? If you're here watching this, I know that question well, because I've lived that night. I've spent years studying Stoic philosophy and listening to people who thought their life was over. This is not motivation. It's survival instructions for the nights you don't know if you can keep going. Now, let's begin where every transformation starts. 1. Silence is not empty. It's where you meet your real self. There's a kind of silence that doesn't feel peaceful at all. It feels like something has been unplugged inside you, like the world kept spinning, but you stayed still. The phone doesn't light up. Your name falls out of people's plans. Conversations that used to feel endless fade into, "I'll text you later." And late at night, when the city finally stops shouting, you notice how loud your mind has become. We spend years running from that silence. We fill it with noise, notifications, playlists, endless scrolling. Because deep down, we know what happens when everything gets quiet. The truth finally speaks, and truth is not always gentle. What a personal moment I never forgot. I was sitting in my car outside a Walmart at 2 a.m., headlights off, engine cold. The kind of quiet where even your breathing feels too loud. No music, no messages. Just a silence that felt like it was choking me. I kept thinking, how did I let my life get so far away from me? When did I lose track of who I was supposed to become? It wasn't the pain that scared me. It was how familiar the emptiness felt. That night I realized, silence isn't empty. It's a mirror, not filtered, not flattering, just honest. What the Stoics understood. Marcus Aurelius wrote his most powerful truths not for the world, not for his reputation, but alone, with no audience to impress, because silence is where you stop performing and start listening. Listening to the version of yourself you buried under expectations. Tiny practice to hear yourself again. Tonight, try this. Turn everything off for 5 quiet minutes. Put your hand over your heart and ask, what emotion have I been avoiding this week? Write down one honest sentence. You don't have to fix anything yet. Just tell the truth. Even if your voice shakes, silence isn't the absence of support. It's the moment your soul finally has room to speak. Most people hear this and think, yeah, I should be more honest with myself. Then they scroll, but you're still here, so you're already different. Tonight, don't just understand this. Ask yourself, what truth have I been avoiding because it will demand change? Take a breath. You're already doing the hard part, staying with yourself. Turn next. Lesson 2. When silence finally speaks, the next visitor arrives. Pain. Not as a punishment, but as the next messenger. 2. Pain is data. Learn to read your wounds like a map. When something hurts, our first instinct is simple. Stop the pain, numb it, outrun it. But pain doesn't show up to punish you. Pain shows up to inform you. Just like touching a hot stove teaches you where danger is, emotional pain points directly to what isn't aligned with who you truly are. Sometimes pain is saying, you're giving more than you're receiving. You abandon yourself just to be chosen. Your boundaries are invisible, and people are walking through you. Pain isn't the villain. Misunderstanding it is. Jason. Running from the same wound, Jason is in his 20s. He's the one who always offers the ride, pays the bill, forgives too easily. His relationships always start the same. He gives everything, They take everything. Then they leave. Every heartbreak repeats the same scar. I'm not enough for someone to stay. So he tries harder, apologizes more, bends until he feels made of glass. He keeps treating pain like rejection. But the real message underneath was, somewhere along the line, I learned that love must be earned by sacrificing myself first. That was the map. And for the first time, he followed it. Pain equals feedback from your inner world. Pain exposes cracks in the foundation before the whole house collapses. It quietly reveals truths like, that version of you couldn't carry your future. That job was shrinking your soul. That relationship was powered by fear, not love. Pain points, not punishes. It's the signal. Get map method. Decode what hurts. Pause this video here if you want to write this down. Message. What exactly is this pain trying to say? I feel invisible. I feel used. Alignment. Where did I act against myself? I said yes while my whole soul screamed no. Plan. What tiny boundary protects me next time? Next time I'll speak up. I'll step back. You don't need to rebuild everything tonight. Just follow the map, one step at a time. Pick one behavior you refuse to repeat ever again. Say it in your head right now. Lock it in. Most people will hear a video like this, feel a little seen, and then let the algorithm drag them to the next distraction. They'll understand the lesson, but they won't change the pattern. If you're still here, don't let this be just another deep video you almost finished. Pause for 10 seconds after this section. Write down the one pattern you refuse to repeat. Don't just watch your survival instructions, use them. Where are you bending just hoping someone else will finally stay? Who is the person in your life that keeps taking pieces of you without ever offering anything in return? Pain is not proof that you're weak. It's proof you're alive enough to change. And sometimes that change begins when the old life finally falls apart. Next, lesson 3. Why the collapse you fear might be the exact reset that saves you. 3. When life falls apart, so the truth can fall into place. There's a kind of heartbreak that doesn't just hurt, it erases you. The job that gave you purpose disappears. The person you planned a lifetime with walks away. The future you believed in shatters in your hands. You look at the ruins and think, this wasn't supposed to happen. We cling to what's familiar, even when it hurts, because the unknown feels scarier than the pain we already understand. But sometimes the life that collapses is the one that was too small for who you're becoming. Sometimes falling apart is life's way of saying, that chapter couldn't hold the next version of you. Michael. Losing the life he thought he needed. Michael is a dad. Put in the hours. Held the house together. Then came the divorce. Papers signed. Promises undone. A future rewired in a single moment. He told himself the story so many carry in silence. I failed. I broke my family. I wasn't enough to stay. But months passed, and something shifted. He started therapy not to fix himself, but to meet himself, without guilt, without labels. He learned how to talk to his kids without apologizing for existing. He learned how to be present, not just a provider. One night while helping his daughter with homework, she looked up and whispered, "Dad, you're really happy lately." That one sentence was proof. He didn't just lose a life. He lost a version of himself that was too small for who he was meant to be. Collapse is not destruction. A forest fire clears space so sunlight can reach the ground again. A snake sheds its skin when it can't grow inside it anymore. Life works the same way. Change rarely enters politely. Sometimes it burns, sometimes it breaks. Sometimes it forces you to evolve because you wouldn't choose evolution on your own. Rubble to blueprint. Your reset in 3 questions. Pause here if you want to write this down. Rubble. What exactly ended? Name it. Roots. What survived? What still matters, no matter the collapse? Rebuild. What is one action that reflects the future you want? Don't rebuild what broke you. Rebuild what frees you. Most people try to glue the rubble back together just because they're afraid to be new. but you're still here, so you're already choosing transformation. Ask yourself, what part of your life are you holding on to only because the unknown still scares you? What if the thing you lost was the thing blocking who you could become? The life you imagined may be gone, but the life that fits you better is now possible. Next, lesson 4. The kind of strength that keeps you alive when no one claps for you. 4. Quiet strength. The kind that doesn't post online. There's a kind of strength that gets applause. The comeback montage, the transformation post, the look at me now moment. But that's not the strength that keeps you alive. Real strength is quiet. It doesn't ask to be seen. It doesn't need a motivational caption. It's getting out of bed when your heart feels like it weighs 100 pounds. It's paying bills while healing from a wound nobody knows exists. It's showing up even when your self-worth is limping. That is ocean strength. Deep, steady, shaping coastlines quietly over time. No spotlight, just survival and rebuilding. Michael again, everyday bravery. After the divorce, Michael didn't wake up a brand new man. He wasn't posting gym selfies or preaching about the best version of himself. He woke up, made breakfast for his kids, drove to work, came home exhausted, and tried to be gentle with a heart that still hurt. No one filmed it. There was no soundtrack, but he kept going. One evening, he found a sticky note from his son. "Dad, you're my favorite superhero." Not because he won, but because he stayed. That's quiet strength. Stoic truth, storms versus oceans. Storms are dramatic. Thunder, lightning, chaos. Everyone notices, but storms don't last. Oceans do. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Quiet strength doesn't care about attention. It cares about endurance. The ocean method. Grow the strength that lasts. Pause here if you want to write this down. One non-negotiable, one tiny habit that anchors you daily. Emotional honesty. Admit how you feel without self-judgment. No audience needed. Do the right thing even if no one knows small wins greater than loud wins, especially when you're rebuilding. Strength that needs witnesses is insecurity in a nice outfit, but you're still here. You're choosing the strength that survives. What is one tiny thing you keep doing even when no one sees it? Who would write your sticky note if they could say what you mean to them today? You don't need applause for your healing to count. Quiet strength is still strength, maybe the strongest kind. Before we go on, I want you to notice something. You haven't had a single perfect moment in this video. No overnight success, no magic fix, just small, quiet, unglamorous steps. Most people are addicted to the highlight reel version of healing. They want the before and after picture without the lonely middle. But that's not you. You're sitting in the middle right now, and you're still watching. That alone already separates you from most of the world. So as we move into the next part, don't ask, when will this be over? Ask, who am I becoming in the middle of this? Next to us, lesson 5, why hardship isn't breaking you. It's sculpting you into the person you needed all along. 5, let hardship sculpt the you. You're becoming. There's a version of you right now quietly being shaped by everything you're surviving. Every disappointment, every lonely night, every keep going when quitting felt justified. From the outside, it looks like breaking, but from the inside, you're being reshaped. Growth rarely feels like growing. It feels like losing pieces of yourself you thought you needed to survive. Michael, identity redefined. For a long time, Michael's identity was simple: husband, provider, fixer. When the marriage ended, he thought his identity ended too. But hardship peeled away layers. The people-pleasing, the guilt that wasn't his, the belief that his worth equals never failing. He didn't become someone brand new. He became someone more honest. One night, his daughter said, "Dad, you're really happy lately." That's when he realized the hardship hadn't just hurt him, it had sculpted him, revealing a man he never could have grown into while living a life too small for him. Michelangelo's reminder. When Michelangelo was asked how he created the statue of David, he said, I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free. That's what hardship is doing to you. It's chipping away what isn't you so the real you can finally breathe. Sculpt your transformation in 3 actions. Pause here if you want to write this down. See the pattern. Where do you keep repeating the same pain? Let go. One belief or habit that no longer fits the future you want. Practice tiny upgrades, 1% shifts, done daily. No grand gesture, no movie scene, just a slow, steady becoming. Most people want transformation without changing anything, but you're still here. You've already chosen the harder road, becoming someone stronger. Don't quit while the sculpture is still forming. Ask yourself, what part of you is hardship trying to set free? Confidence? Self-respect? A version of you that believes you're worthy? Sometimes the hardest season of your life is just the chisel removing who you're not, so who you truly are can finally stand tall. Your story isn't over. You're still becoming. And sometimes you understand that most the moment you finally hit the bottom. Next, lesson 6. Why rock bottom is the most honest ground you'll ever stand on. 6. Rock bottom is bedrock, the most honest ground you'll ever stand on. There's a place where the fall finally stops. No more pretending. No more I'm fine. No more holding everything together with shaking hands. That place is rock bottom. People whisper about it like it's the end. But rock bottom isn't where your life stops. It's where your life stops pretending. Because when everything unnecessary falls away, the truth has nowhere left to hide. Jordan and the fall that saved him. Jordan owned a business, nice house, fancy car, a life that looked shiny on the outside. But on the inside, anxiety, pressure, a fear of losing everything that kept him awake every night. Then the economy shifted. Clients vanished. Bills stayed. Eventually, bankruptcy. The house gone. The car returned. The friends who loved his success, silent. For a while, he believed, I lost everything. But slowly, he found what couldn't be taken. He noticed the friend who checked in not to ask about money, but to ask about him. He realized his kids didn't miss the house. They missed their dad. And he saw that peace was waiting at the bottom of the life he'd built too high. Jordan didn't fall from grace. He fell into reality, a life more honest than anything he'd built before. Rock bottom reveals what the top hides. When you're winning, people love you for the spotlight. When you're broken, you learn who still chooses you in the dark. Rock bottom strips away fake support, false identities, old beliefs that were hurting you, the lie that success equals worth. Epictetus said it best. Circumstances do not make the man, they only reveal him to himself. At the bottom, you finally meet who you really are without the armor. The bottom reset. 3 steps to stand back up. Pause here if you want to write this down. Breathe, protect basics, food, sleep, safety. You can't rebuild if you're collapsing. Take inventory. What strengths and people survived the fall with you? Own one small choice. Move 1% forward today, even in the smallest way. That's it. Not hustle, not perfection, just honesty plus 1 step. Rock bottom is not failure. Rock bottom is filtering. If someone disappeared during your fall, they were never holding you up, but you're still here, which means something in you is stronger than what broke. Ask yourself, who stayed? What remained? What strength showed up only when everything else fell away? What if this isn't the end, but the first time you're rebuilding a life that actually fits you? The view from the top is impressive. The view from the bottom is honest. And honesty is the only ground you can build a new life on. Next, lesson 7. Why your story isn't late. Your future is still under construction. 7. Delayed, not denied. Why your future is taking its time. We all carry a secret timeline. I should have figured it out by now. I should be further. I should be happier. I should be successful by this age. And when life doesn't match the schedule we invented, a quiet fear creeps in. Maybe I wasn't meant for this. Maybe I missed my chance. But what if delays aren't rejection? They're preparation? What if your dream needs a version of you that you're still becoming? The Stoics understood this. The goal isn't being given a blessing, it's becoming strong enough to hold it without dropping it. Jordan again, delay as construction. Years after the bankruptcy, a new business opportunity appeared. But this time, Jordan approached it differently. Clear boundaries. Time for his kids. A definition of success that included peace. Same man? No. Same name? Different capacity. The delay wasn't wasted time. It was construction. He didn't just rebuild life. He rebuilt the version of himself capable of living it. Blessings require strength to carry them. Anyone can get the dream overnight. Lottery winners do it all the time. But without character, discipline, and systems to sustain it, it collapses faster than it arrived. So the real question isn't, where is my future? The real question is, can the current me carry what I'm asking for? A capacity audit. Build the strength that lasts. Pause here if you want to write this down. Character. Would the future you trust your decisions today? Attention. Can you stay focused when pressure spikes? Time. Am I willing to continue, even if it takes longer? Your dreams are not out of reach. They're just out of current capacity, and you're building that capacity right now. Most people quit right before the version of them finally arrives who can hold the life they wanted. But you're still here, and that says everything. Your timeline isn't late. Your timeline is custom. Ask yourself, what is life strengthening in you right now? Patience, courage, emotional stability, self-respect. Every delay has been crafting the you who won't break when the blessing finally comes. What you seek is already seeking you. It's just making sure you're ready to receive it. Take a moment. Look at everything you've survived just to be standing here. Most people will never know what it took for you to make it to this moment. But I want you to know, I see your strength. You're not behind. You're being built. And you are so much closer than you think. Here's what the hardest parts of your life have been teaching you all along. Silence didn't abandon you. It gave you back your voice. Pain wasn't punishment. It was direction. Falling apart didn't erase you. It revealed you. Quiet strength didn't get applause, but it kept you alive. Hardship didn't break identity. It sculpted it. Rock bottom wasn't the end. It was solid ground. Delay doesn't mean denied. You are being prepared. Everything that tried to destroy you has been building you. Every sleepless night, every silent drive home, every hidden breakdown, every tear nobody saw. They weren't signs of weakness. They were proof you refused to give up. If anything in this video spoke to the part of you that's still fighting, comment, ready, not for me, not for this channel, but for you, as a promise that you will not let the season define you. You will let it build you. If you want more tools to walk this path, from Stoic morning rituals to building unshakable emotional strength, make sure you're subscribed so you don't have to search for this kind of support alone. Take one last deep breath. Feel your heart still beating. Feel your story still moving. You didn't come this far to only come this far. Your next chapter deserves a stronger version of you, and that version is already on the way. You're not behind. You're being built, and you are so much closer than you think. I'm proud of you for being here. Let's take the next step together.